Well, oh, now we have the pump out. So this is the pump. These things are about 1,600 Canadian new. I've seen them as, you can get them for about $1,100 US. It's a rebuildable thing. This part here generally is going to run you, this is the Whisper Quiet motor, which is anything but Whisper Quiet. It's going to run you about 400, maybe a little more than that. Really depends on where you buy it. Go to a marine parts place. Don't go to, like, if you go to your typical chandlery. I think I went to one in Toronto or Mississauga, and they wanted 600 for it. I went next door to a little parts place, and they sold it to me for 400. So I think it was Fogue Marine that was way overpriced on it, but hey. Now, same thing with other parts on this. So these bolts come up apart here. You're going to have to take this apart to get at the bellows. Now, unfortunately, there's two screws in the back here which you can't really get with a screwdriver. So the only way to take those apart is to take this motor off, and then there's 4 bolts here which we're going to have to undo. Now, this is sort of, I've taken it out to do a complete rebuild on this thing, but the number one thing that fails are the duckbill valves, and there's 2 duckbill valves on each side. Again, West Marine, they're like $44 a pair. I was in a place, I think it was in Deltaville. There was a West Marine and a hardware store. At West Marine, $44 a pair. At the hardware store across the road, $29.95 a pair. Now you're going, oh, well, it's only whatever, you know, it's only 15 bucks. Well, the thing is you need 4 of them. There's 2 in each end, and you got to do this pretty often. Every year we've had the boat, we've had to do it. So I've taken the liberty of doing one side, kind of cleaned it up already. The reason I didn't want to do it and take a video of it is, first, it's a very messy job, and there's a lot of leftover gunge in there. So I'm going to show you how they go in. So I don't know if you can see it there, because I am outside today. There is, well, let's see if I can get the light there. See, that's the duckbill valve. Okay, and so you split these 2 apart. There's another duckbill valve in there. Before you put them in there, you're going to have to scrape out years of crud, and it's basically just calcified urine and poop, and it stinks. So you're going to have to scrape it all out and clean them, and then put the new ones in. And it's important, the duckbill faces the flow. So the flow on this pump is that way. Boom. Okay, so that there to there. So the duckbills all must face that way. So there's 2 in here. One, you split this part apart, and there's another one there just like that one. Very easy to replace. I'll show you what they look like in a second. And in this end here, see, there's also, this is the other side of the duckbills, so they're going to flow this way. And if you look way in there, you can see the duckbills. So I'm going to take this apart, and you can see there's years of crud in there. I don't mean to gross anybody out, but that's just calcified poop and stuff. That's why a lot of people say pour vinegar down your toilet once in a while to try to relieve it. I'm not sure. There's a good 1/8-inch wall of poop and stuff in there. So we're going to do these duckbills first, get that cleaned up. Then we're going to spray this down. We're going to clean this. We're going to break this apart, and I believe that this bellows in here, there's a bellows inside there. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, I can maybe show it to you from this end. See the bellows? You can sort of see that white bellows there. I believe that it's cracked. So I just replaced this bellows probably 2 years ago. It's a vacuum flush system. If you don't like doing maintenance, don't get one. You know, we've bought their chemicals and their special chemicals, but even I think everybody I've spoke to says they have to replace these duckbills, and a lot of people have just gotten rid of this system. It's a very expensive system. Okay, so I'm going to continue on this rebuild, and I'll let you know a little bit later where we're going.